my name is Samantha, and my persuasion speech is on why you should visit Japan as a vacation spot. I vacationed in Japan for a week with family. We stayed around Osaka, so we were in the countryside of Japan rather than the normal big city side that most people think of when they think of Japan. When I stayed there, we visited several different hotels and got to see many different sides of Japan. When we first landed off the plane, we stayed in a hotel that was still in the city but was quieter than what Tokyo is. We went to convenience stores to get snacks and breakfast snacks for the next day as well. We also visited the market that was nearby to try the fruit, since in Japan, fruit is famous for being a luxury item since it is so expensive there. And I can tell you from personal experience, the fruit in Japan is like no other and is worth the expensive price. The hotel we stayed at was one of the smaller hotels that we had stayed at, and had a small restaurant downstairs that served breakfast. The breakfast that was served was a classic Japanese breakfast, which is rice, miso soup, salmon, some mixed pickled vegetables, and a cup of water and green tea. Other than that, we stayed in a hot springs village in a ryokan, which is a classic Japanese hotel that has the sliding rice paper doors, and instead of beds you get to sleep on futons on the tatami mats of the hotel room. The hotel even provided kimono robes and Japanese sandals called getas to walk around the village with. We visited 4 hot springs in one night and looked around the shops that the village had provided. We stayed in other hotels, but my favorite hotels were the ones where you could sleep on futons and had tatami mat for floors. Some of the activities we did in Japan was visit shrines where the locals go to pray and make wishes. I participated in the wish making, where you buy a wooden slab and write your wish on it and then they tie it up. I also participated in the praying, where you go to the fountain and wash your hands in a specific kind of water, a specific kind of way as well. Whether the water was meant for luck, money, or love, and wash your hands in the water, and then you drink from your hands and then ring the bell in front of that specific fountain. At many of their shrines, there you can see the torii, which are the big red arches that represent gates into the shrines. We visited some of the bamboo forests as well as Amano Hashidate, where you can see a piece of land that looks like a dragon flying into the sky if you look at it upside down. I also fed some of the koi fish that were in the hotels, which they provided the fish food to feed. Japan is one of the safest countries to travel to, with a very low crime rate, and the locals are very nice and for the most part very willing to help travelers if they can, since they are very proud of their country. One of my experiences with needing help from a local was I was in a 7-Eleven and I couldn't figure out their currency because they don't use paper money as much as they use coins. So I was having a hard time counting out my coins to pay him for the snacks I had gotten, and he told me to dump out my coin purse, and we counted out the money together. Thank you for listening.